And you've got 7 days left.
Right, let's explore.
Explore.
Let's do the teeth.
This teeth. You're following a deer in the forest when the trail comes to an abrupt end just in front of a cave entrance. The hoofbeats look strange, like the deer doubled back, walking backwards in its own tracks.
It's a trap.
Okay, so what do you do about it, smart monster?
Clearly, you should fight the trap.
You gain some respect, if nothing else. You charge into the cave, claws bared, and find Hamrag taking a nap inside. Your attack is so ferocious he wakes up with a scream. Hey, you've grown stronger, he says.
Let's do the snake.
The snake moon is rising in the sky. It's time to gather snakes for the ritual.
Set out and gather snakes.
You wander the fields near Whale Mist. It's easy to catch snakes, but every time you reach for one, some of them squirm out of your grasp. Most of your snakes are getting away.
Right, not anymore. They're all going to just kill me.
You come to the ritual with 10 snakes draped over your shoulders.
The other monsters will be dead snakes.
You gain respect, you gain some honesty. Many of the other monsters brought live snakes, but they let you put your dead ones in the scaly cauldron. The monsters gather round the cauldron. Prufrock scrapes 2 sticks together to light a fire. It's going to be a fun night.
Let's go.
We've got 2 feet. This paw print or that one? The spine doctor has asked you to catch a special fox. It limps, she says, and it coughs. I need it quickly, if at all.
After it.
You go forth into the forest, trailing the fox. As you get closer, you catch a glimpse of its ragged ears between 2 trees. The fox is limping, slowly.
Get closer.
As you draw near, you smell something sickly sweet. The fox slumps and vomits green matter onto the forest floor. Your claws tremble at the thought of touching it.
Pursue the fox to the ends of the forest.
Fox sickness can't harm a monster. The fox tries to scare you off at the last moment by throwing up again, but you snatch it in your claws.
Return the omen to the present.
Present the plague fox to the spine doctor.
Aye.
The doctor accepts the fox with delight. She nods to several patients waiting to see her. You see, friends, this one shows promise.
Watch what she does with fox.
The spine doctor squeezes the fox, forcing it to throw up into a row of rat cages. She says, now I can use the rats to make medicine, so we can cure animals that we care about.
Okay. Let's politic the monsters. Let's do the...
Blistery comes to you, flapping her winglets and clenching her claws. Mupsy Moral is looking for me. I overslept. I missed the hairy hare hunt.
What's so bad about that?
I was on the list for the hunt, says Blistery. And those hairy hares are really fast. We have to collect enough of their feet every year so Omen Town has good luck.
Ask Blistery how many feet the hunt walked back without her.
She yells, none! I was supposed to watch from above and show the hunters where the hares were hiding.
Bad luck for everyone except the hares.
Blistery flutters her winglets again. Especially for me! Mupsy's going to print a story about how I ruined everything for everyone. Blistery comes to you, flapping her winglets and clenching her claws. Mupsy Moral is looking for me. I overslept. I missed the hairy hare hunt.
Okay. You swear you told me this.
Blistery suddenly leaps to the top of a garbage can, spreads her winglets and glides away.
Weird.
Just then, Mupsy Moral rolls into Portent Square, pen and pad grasped in her thin claws. Did you see Blistery come through here? I want to make sure everyone knows the truth.
Alright, I'm going to tell her the truth. and get honesty, but would it give me respect? Or no comment? Let's do no comment.
Mupsy bought it. Blistery's overjoyed, and you gained kindness.
Oh, damn it. Explore. Let's do the angry face.
Angry face. You're bringing home a human coat you found hanging on a tree when you see a cat waving at you.
Wave back.
Hello. The cat is standing on his hind legs wearing human boots, and indeed is covered in human clothing artifacts. Save me, he cries, pointing to a wolf who has it cornered. Get the wolf!
Let's just tear it to shreds. Tear it to shreds.
More for fun than anything, you attack the wolf. You've almost got him pinned when he stands up on his hind legs, flexes muscular arms and hurls you into the tree tops.
Get down. Respect.
By the time you jump down, both the wolf and the cat are gone. On returning, you tell the story. At least you got a tussle out of it.
That's fine. Almost 50 respect. Let's do politic again.
Politic again.
Let's do the point.
You show your newest collection of human artifacts to your neighbours. They seem suitably impressed and listen in.
Say more.
The truth is, you've just found them in the woods, but everyone seems so interested it would be a shame to let them down. Monsters do love a story, so you could stretch the truth.
Let's just tell a little lie to keep things interesting.
You tell a little lie. You tell how a talking fox, those nuisances are everywhere lately, tried to beat you in a riddle contest with the artifacts as the prize. I won the contest by biting his head off.
How did they react?
Everyone seems to believe you. They nod in admiration.
Yeah. Let's lastly go explore.
Exploring.
Let's go for you explore.
I'll pick this guy. You come upon a scene of hundreds of frogs, all gathered on the stream bank. They're ribbiting back and forth in what is clearly a debate of some kind, watched by a stork.
Eat the stalk.
Ignoring the amphibian debate, you seize the stork and bite into its feathery body. By the time you've left, all the frogs have settled around the log.
Mention the strange event back in town.
One of the eldest monsters nods sagely. You just selected their new king for them. Nicely done.
Okay.
You're growing old, my friend. Your body is very soft and you drip slime everywhere you go. It's getting hard to leave your hovel.
Go see the spine doctor.
The doctor tells you that soon your time is almost up. You'll soon reach the end of adulthood. You'll either ascend to elder status or dissolve into slime.
What happens to monsters who dissolve?
Their bodies melt in the spawning vat, where their memories will nourish the minds of a new generation of morsels.
Okay. What happens to monsters who ascend?
Those who manage to ascend become elders and live on to steer the fate of monster kind.
I want to do that. Can the doctor do something to stop the process?
The spine doctor says, there is a treatment that might prevent your dissolution.
Learn more about the treatment.
The doctor says the treatment involves an extract taken from the tentacle ferns that grow in the whale mist.
That's easy. Go first.
You lose some bravery. Following the spine doctor's directions, you enter the whale mist in search of a tentacle fern. They're common in these woods.
Pick a bone.
You wade through a thicket of sticky green coils, letting them brush against your hide until one latches firmly in place. That means it's ripe. You snip the fern with your claws.
What's the sound?
It's a little monsterling trying not to be noticed.
Yell at her.
The monsterling gives you lose some kindness, but you gain some honesty.
Yeah.
The monsterling gives a little shriek and flees before your wrath. And don't come back here until you're older.
Don't come back here until you're older.
You return to the spine doctor with the tentacle fur, and she takes it from you.
I don't know if I should do this,
No?
because if I'm gonna die, I should just die. If I'm gonna ascend, I should ascend.
So you want to change your mind and go home without the medicine?
I don't know, because that's cheating, really.
It's up to you.
Change my mind and go home without it.
The doctor smiles as you turn to leave. So you've accepted your fate. That's for the best.
Although, when you are sick, going to the doctor is kind of good.
A group of elders is waiting at the door of your hovel. They've seen your drippings. They know it's time for you to dissolve or to ascend.
Austin could come back later. I will go with you and find out.
The elders of Omen surround you at the spawning vat. They've built a fire beneath a small cauldron. Your body is squishy and damp. So, what do you want to
I
do?
want to be tested.
Try to ascend to elder status. A masked elder comes forward. She says, "It's time to decide." All the elders growl and snarl.
I have to watch.
The masked elder claws herself. 3 drips of liquid splatter against the hot bottom of the empty cauldron. Thick vapor rises into the air.
Was that blood or something?
You can't be sure. Depends on how much she respects you.
Yeah, well.
The masked elder asks, "Who has already decided the fate of this monster?"
Wait.
A few of the elders approach the cauldron and add fluid to the collection. The liquid begins to bubble.
Wait.
The masked elder has placed 5 flat stones on the ground before you. She says, "Choose one. Chance will be your guide."
Look at the stones.
Each stone is stained with old blood and polished by the touch of many a pore. You can't tell one stone from the others.
Okay. Just gonna have to pick the one that looks good.
The other side of the stone is etched a crude glyph. It shows 2 monsters fighting. The masked elder says, "We will test your ferocity."
Oh, yeah, be tested. That's fine.
2 large monsters seize you from behind. They growl and try to tear them apart.
Fight both.
Requires ferocity.
Why should they?
You flick your claws out and squirm around to face your attackers. With a blood-curdling shriek, you give each one a face full of slices.
They deserve the scars.
Several monsters howl their approval and step forward, adding more fluids to the iron cauldron.
I'll choose the next stone.
The other side of the glyph is etched with a crude. The other side of the stone is etched with a crude glyph. It shows a monster frowning in concentration. The masked elder says, "We will test your cleverness."
I can't remember my cleverness was.
I can't tell you what it was.
Be tested.
The masked elder emits a series of musical whistles and clicks, then performs a complex dance. You've never seen these steps before. She says, "Now you do it."
Off my way for it.
Are you sure? The masked elder seems to know what she was doing.
Make them believe more that their own memories. Yeah, do that 50% chance. Yeah.
You gain some cleverness.
Yeah.
You perform a dance that's quite similar to the real one. Each time you do something wrong, you continue on with an intent look on your face. You fooled them! Look at those uncertain faces.
Hooray! That was the one I was scared of.
Several monsters howl their approval and step forward, adding more fluid to the iron cauldron.
Dance over to the cauldron.
You hold the cauldron, which contains the portentous infusion. It's heavy.
Oh, look into the cauldron.
It's quite full, and there's far more blood in there than slime.
Ooh, I'm gonna ascend. I shall drink.
You drink the
Respect.
bubbling concoction, then belch and howl. Your body solidifies instantly. You are an elder now.
Yeah, see, look, this is why I didn't go to the doctors. What was my... Oh, God.
Your cleverness was, yeah,
Yeah, 24.
not good.
Yep.
You are now an elder. You are welcome in Zanak, the oldest of the monster towns. In this stage of life, if you play your cards right, you'll be able to affect both the way the monsters view humans and the way that humans view monsters.
So I could have died there and then.
You could have died there. That could have been the end of the game. Use your powers of persuasion wisely. There you are, look.
Okay.
So basically you can go into Carmen, which is the human town, and see humans and interact with humans. And at the moment, you can see up here we've got 2 new stats of humans' view of monsters and monsters' view of humans. So at the moment, monsters dislike and fear the humans, and equally humans dislike and fear the monsters.
Right.
So obviously you can politic, which is hanging around with the monsters, or you can journey into Carmen and see the humans.
Should this be a break?
There might be a break here. I'll probably edit a few
yeah.
times.
Okay.
We'll see.
Do you want to finish the whole thing? We did the end.
Might as well go. I mean, this
Okay.
is the last thing.
Okay. Right, let's journey into Carmen. Let's go to the school.
You see bolts of lightning hit a strange rod on a roof and investigate. From inside the house, you hear someone shouting, "Live! Live!" followed by a maniacal laughter.
Flankstone! What's going on?
You listen at the window and hear a maniacal rant. This human is building a creature out of other humans. Dead humans. That sounds familiar.
I should stop the human from making the creature.
His plan's bad for humans who live here, and it'll make things hard on your fellow monsters, most likely. You set your mind to stop him, but how?
Walk in and stop him no matter what the danger.
You knock on the door and the human answers. He brandishes a knife.
Go quickly for the creature. Quickly.
You move fast, climbing the creature on the table like you were scaling a mountain. You pull on the hair, but it won't budge. You bite off the monster's neck bolts.
Great, get out of there.
You flee. You hear the sound of the head bouncing to the floor, and the human cries out.
Keep going.
The human chases you, shouting that you've ruined his creature. Other humans coming the other way, carrying the usual torches and pitchforks, hear this and cheer.
Ah.
One of them yells, "Good work, monster!" as they close in on your pursuer. You've made the humans like the monsters more.
Let's talk to the monsters. The feather.
You're arguing with Elder Merg, who is much older than you, but a little slow on the uptake. She insists that humans don't farm chickens.
Agreed that humans never do good things.
Have you seen a human raised chicken? They're so fat they walk like this. You waddle around the square, clucking. Your Merg laughs so hard she almost chokes.
Keep clucking.
You've lowered the way the monsters view humans.
Good. So I don't want this.
The elders agree that humans are poor caretakers. Your Merg is right, and so are you now.
Politic. Let's do the house.
Blistery proposes a new plan to keep an eye on the humans.
Blistery became an elder too.
Apparently so.
What is it?
We'll take over an abandoned house in Carmen, keep someone in there at all times, and take extensive notes on everything they do.
Interesting idea.
Several other elders seem to like the idea very much. They argue about where to establish their spy house, though. Carmen has many empty buildings. What shall we use?
Fools! We made many eyes in many buildings.
You leap on a rock and scream to get their attention.
Holler and roar and fight anyone who doesn't listen.
You take them all on. They can't argue with your claws. They try, but you're just too fierce. They do your bidding and send many monsters.
How does it go?
It's a resounding success. A dozen monsters see humans up close, at their best and their worst, and understand them much better.
Oh. The humans like us, but we're like, I hate them.
The humans quite like you. You're about where you started.